give you the opportunity to maybe be able to counter strat. So maybe that's a positive, depending on basically how much prep the Huns have done. But I'm assuming with it being kind of IEM Chengdu quals and the final four, I'm sure they put a lot of time and effort into kind of getting ready for this matchup.
Probably watching, the Tyloo versus Mongols game earlier on their second screen while they were shooting some bots or something, right? So they should have an idea of what to expect, like you say. And you know what? We don't just need an idea of what to expect. We're going to get to see it firsthand as we're jumping into the second map of the series. It's Inferno. It's the pick of the Mongols. They want to keep themselves here at the top of the bracket. They win this, they go 2-0. Lose this, we see the lights of Mirage.
Yeah. Probably a great. I'm assuming Tyler going to take map number 2, and that one might go the distance, but so might this one. 2, 3. Mongols on that T side now, not as sort of weighted as heavily, maybe as Nuke is. Nuke very CT sided. Inferno's got benefits on both. I think it is ever so slightly CT. I think last time I checked, it was about 54% CT sided in terms of kind of the top level pro Counter Strike. So for the Mongols on the T side, it's not the end of the world. And if they can get a start here, that would be good. It is a ding, but it's to the core of the wall. So
yeah,
so only takes 6 points of damage.
Oh man, Yami's going to aggress here as well. He's going to walk straight into 9-10. But Yami still finds a frag before he goes down. That's really rough for 9-10, who now just commits into the wilderness. He does spot both players there. I'm pretty sure Mzinho coming out of Apps will be the one to really disrupt the setup. And that's exactly what he does.
Mzinho is so crisp. Takes down his brother to get the A side as well, looking for more. Mzinho continues to fight as well. 2v3. Bomb will get planted as well. Somewhat safely. I think they've now spotted both out towards long. Mzinho continues to impress. tsogoo gets dropped, and 9 will follow suit. That with the Mongols' first round of the board. Very important as well to start your own map pick in a kind of a healthy manner like that. On the T side, get a bomb plant and all 5 kills means plenty of cash on hand for the Mongols to speak of, and they're going to know that the Huns, even if they go for a force, which they are, and I hate that they are going for it, they're even still not going to bring a whole lot to the table. It's only going to be at the very most upgraded pistols. Now, we spoke about this a little bit on towards Nuke. I really don't like forcing on CT side when you lose the pistol. If you win, fair enough, but if you lose it, I mean, the best they're bringing out is a Deagle and a bit of util. Really,
yeah. I think there's one map you could maybe justify it. I'm with you. I'm not a fan, but Inferno is one map you can kind of get away with it. I like the way they're playing this. I think they've left tsogoo some utility here, so you can chain the smokes at the top of Banana. Then they stack up the A-bomb side. It's not a bad strategy. If you lose control of B, you just save with 4 players. You carry through your 4-stop guns and you can go in the next round anyway. So there are some ways to kind of make this work, but I think MR12, you just want to get the guns in play as soon as possible. Full save second round, M4's in the third.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I think you are spot on. There's maybe those 5.7s as well. They're pretty lethal at close range. Molotov in towards Cubby. Nobody showing any presence just yet. It's a quad stack A though, and that is where the bomb is heading. Unless they're splitting brackets here. And that's actually a good smoke to split brackets if they want to.
A lot of damage done through the smoke there by 9 with his Desert Eagle. So many shots connecting to the body. And it's exactly what they're going to do here. They're going to wrap their way around through CT into B. tsogoo's been isolated. They were a lot further forward than he had expected. No need to take these fights to CT 9-10. He's going to hang around, but with good reason. He's got it under control.
That's a really nice call, that wrap through brackets. I think if they had gone towards A, they had so little information about what the site was looking like, but they actually had one guy who stayed up towards top car, so he knew nobody has showed any presence there. It's actually really well played. I think the Mongols have expertly avoided the stack, but also played that round of all the information that they could get. And they're isolating the fights quite comfortably here. Flash in the corner. Score will avoid it, but not the Julies. Senzu and Techno combined. It's the second on the board. Only the one casualty too against the Force Spy. A lot of positives to take away from that. I think for the Huns now, they're into a lesser investment. Not expecting a whole lot out of this one. So the Mongols should get a bit of a freebie of a third round on the board. And of course, because of that, Mongols sitting pretty happy, I think it's safe to say. They've got a lot of confidence under their belt, obviously hitting their shots, and having that round differential of kind of a 3-round buffer zone just gives you that confidence, that comfortability in terms of you starting your own map pick.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to give them a really good boost of confidence going forward on the T side. I think there might be an element of frustration in the Mongols camp, after the way Nuke had played out. They were in control, they were in a comfortable place on their T side, and they made some mistakes. The half kind of slipped through their fingers. Some force buys that looked good, didn't really go their way. You know, I think back to one round, they got the bomb plants on the B side, but the Huns were still able to retake. So I think there might be an element of frustration on the side of the Mongols, and that's just going to jack them up even more coming into Inferno. Almost like they have a bit of a point to prove right now.
Oh, okay, only the one kill. I thought maybe 9 could get a little bit more at the tail end, but no. That was a low, complete no buy, so I'm not expecting basically anything out of that. The Huns into their first full buy. This is the first real test, I guess you could call it. If the Mongols don't convert this, I think they're in a hell of a lot of trouble. 910's got an AWP. So is 9. It's an age-old battle that came head-to-head multiple times on towards Nuke. Very important round here. Technically speaking, this is a bonus buy as well for the Mongol side. They've kept weapons over for the last few. They've only had 2 casualties in the last 2 rounds. So looking to see whether they can make it work. Hit the corners. Great. A lot of damage onto the tsogoo. He's re-peeking to his demise. Good boost from 910.
Yeah, great work coming through indeed, and they're not done just yet either. Techno, he wants to get in on the action as well, and he's able to just roll his way forward. Wonderful double kill coming through from him off the back of the opener.
Yami, Bartak, all they can do is save. Man, the Mongols are making these T-side rounds look so easy. And they're actually doing it as well incredibly quickly. You know, they're on towards that B side in sub 30 seconds.
There's just an element of simplicity to their game, and I think that's the concern for the Huns, is it's not like it's a very elaborate strategy that's beating them out right now. It's just, yeah, really simple, basic move and Counter-Strike coming through, but played to perfection. You know, when the basics are done perfectly, that's really all you need on Inferno. That's basically the crux of the T side on this map. Ooh, it is going to be Yami denied as well, so they won't even carry any guns through here on the CT side.
Yeah, I think that's actually the most important thing. It's a really good call to hunt there. When you're the Mongols, you're so much money left in the back pockets. Yes, he gets a kill, but it absolutely does not matter by any means. 4-0. What a start here by the Mongols. The Huns have absolutely no answer at the moment. I think because of that, it's putting them in a really problematic space. They can't see this off. If they can't at least, you know, get a first round on the boards, we can see the Mongols getting kind of more or less 6 and then some. What was even a true response from the Huns? That's worrying. The Mongols can get close to or guarantee at the bare minimum a tied game without any sort of response. Then it's going to be pretty damning, but that's a pretty damning shot from Yami. 9-10 kids destroyed.
Yeah, but I mean, it is just, you know, a single kill shouldn't really unravel much here for the Mongols, as they're happy to just continue to make their way forward. The Huns, this next gun round is going to be everything for them. That's where they have to make a statement and really get themselves going. Otherwise, I think the Mongols are just going to tear ahead. Too much damage be done here. You mentioned, what, a 54% win rate on the CT side?
About that, yeah.
So that's that's a bit concerning.
Nice shot,
For the Huns, that
Mazzinho.
is.
Nice shot.
Yeah, he's looked good, hey?
He has. He's been really, really crisp. 8-1. He finds himself right now. More damage dealt. Looking for his 9th. One team all 4. Tsogoo running deep, drops him. The trade will come through. Yami then run on quantity. Finds 2. My God. Thankfully, Techno finds it. He finds it with a no-scope as well, just to rub salt in the wound. That round a lot closer than we probably expected.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's, I guess, something to get excited about there for the Huns in terms of damage being done, but there's so much money on the side of the Mongols that they don't really feel that impact just yet. Still more than enough cash to buy up in the next round if they lose this one. The Huns, their resolution is a double AWP setup. I mean, outside of Yami, they've got 4 kills on 4 players. 9 Bartak, tsogoo, and Score combined, so that's a concern. They have to come online here, and that second AWP could lead into success right now early in towards the top of Banana. No, straight through the smoke. Score's second AWP has been dispatched of.
Oh, then out. 9 gets picked off as well. And the Mongols continue doubling down on everything that's looking good for them. Swinging behind that smoke. Tech's going to fall away somehow. Still alive. And unscathed as well for the most part. Yami eats a nade. And this round's already looking like he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and this is the really concerning round because it's the one the Huns had to win. Now they're going to go for a gamble, right? Because they're 3v5 down. They have to roll the dice. They're thinking, let's stack up the 8 bomb site. No, the timing couldn't have been worse for Bartak and Mazzinho. I don't think his brother's going to be too happy with that one. The 16-year-old continues to reap the rewards, though. He's the faker over towards the A site right now, but he's just doing it all. 2 kills coming through from him, and the Huns are in an awful position.
Yeah, I don't think they're even going to give the luxury of saving here. Mazzino has the right idea, swinging through the smoke. Tsogoo, at the very least, stay alive, get an AK as well. I don't think he's going to give them the luxury of saving. He's running back into trouble, back into blitz, and back into frags. Fair play. Tsogoo staying alive for the time being. He knows he's being hunted, though. He knows he's got to fight all 5 base on the tail end here. Nice shot for 1 more. So he gets 3 kills, but they're all just consolations. 0 impact kills. You hate to say it. Mongols 6-0. Seriously impressive. And, you know, you've got to start asking questions about the Huns in terms of, lads, call a pause. Just slow things down. You're letting the Mongols run away with things right now with basically no real cause to slow it down. You know, the coach NCL maybe wants to get into the conversation, but no, every single round, they're just flying straight into the rounds without really even taking a breather, without having any sort of conversation about what went wrong.
It certainly wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm glad to see that they're going to be contesting banana control here. This is exactly what I was going to say, although it is just in an eco. We need to see them contest banana or just give it up entirely, because every round is kind of in something in between and they're consistently losing early picks towards that part of the map. Yami, though, this time will draw first blood. 9-10 desperately trying to get something back. But it is going to be the man advantage for the CT side. AK recovered. This is going to force the Mongols hand in towards A. And the Huns should be somewhat privy to this as well.
9-10. Dropping Tsogoo, leveling the playing field. Bartak's got a mag 7 behind it, but 9 finds a freebie with that 5-7. Zenio, eyes were trained already, kind of preempting a short player without really even looking towards Boiler itself. 4v3. Now the Huns got a conversation to be had here. Numbers in their favor. And there's low by my best ball or something. Bartak's got a flank as well. Surely he gets a bit of info.
Oh man, I mean, this is just the all-in play coming through from the Mongols. As you say, surely Bartak gets info, but it doesn't look like it, and he doesn't want to overcommit, doesn't want to overplay his hand. Oh no, they've gone all in. They've thought for sure that the remaining Mongols players are all in towards banana, but it's not the case. They've bypassed Bartak, and with that, they get themselves into a completely vacant A site. Worst case scenario for the Huns is they start to hear the utility blooming over towards A. And, well, their hearts will somewhat sink. At least there's a double up smoke there, which will mean, well, there's still only 1 smoke for the Mongols to play with. They can't believe the site's completely vacant. Plant will come through, and it's on the CT side to retake.
Not easy. Not going to be easy. I mean, yes, I have the numbers, but don't really have the firepower in terms of one's got a mag 7, one's got a 5. They're flying into fight. Hang on a second. They go straight into it. 9-10, what a shot. Not a man who caught upon all too much, but he's picking his moments. Will be dreaded out by Blitz here, but Score's got it all to do in the retake. Both are low, so maybe there's potential. Blitz getting spammed out, but he's still alive somehow. I don't think this time, unfortunately, there isn't. Even if he had a kit, it will not make a difference. Swing on the corner, and Senzu does not miss those. 7-0. I mean, the Huns, that's the best opportunity they've had, but still they can't see it over the line.
Yeah, we talk about damage, great, awesome, you get the kills in the eco round, but damage only means so much. You're only really able to capitalize on that damage if you're winning rounds afterwards, right? Otherwise, it means nothing. Finally, a timeout going to get called here by the CT side, give their coach a chance to relay some thoughts, as you had suggested. But the Mongols have already locked in the half, and the half win at the bare minimum. 7-0. And they're not showing signs of slowing down anytime soon either. And it's not like they're winning rounds in which they're just steamrolling and getting early advantages. They're even able to win the rounds where they've got nothing going for them.
Well, I think it's safe to say that the Huns, desperately need a breather. This is brutal. I mean, granted, yes, the best opportunity they've had. And I think for the Mongols as well, in terms of that little break, they can just take a sigh of relief and say, thankfully, we made our way past the onslaught there, but we fundamentally a 7-0 start. The Huns even have a conversation about this half being good. They need to get, a flawless 5 in a row. That's a big ask. Buy back in. Full investment for the Huns. Lose this one, economy shattered, and we can even see the Mongols start making conversation about pushing those double digits in the first half. Goes without saying that is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, that would be job done if they're able to reach that point. No way you're coming back from that as the Huns. See what's going to happen here. Banana control already been taken. Look at Techno. He's asking questions. He's pushing up in towards the B site in the first 30 seconds in the round right now, applying so much pressure. tsogoo doesn't actually realize that he's crossed, I don't think. In the meantime, his teammates making moves over towards the safe bomb site. TheMongolz applying pressure across the board right now, making life so uncomfortable. 9 flashed backwards, and TheMongolz continue to take ground.
My God, this guy, he's just possessed right now. He wants more. Actually, will be traded. 9, good angle. Swing, no, fluffs his lines. Techno had the drop. I think tsogoo's so low. I can't expect that much more out of it. It all comes down to Yami. 9-10. Thankfully goes for the safe plant round towards Oranges. Did they expect Yami to come from Banana? Now they do off the silent queue. And he won't be able to get one.
Oh, man.
8-0, man. This is just a no contest right now.
I think if you're tsogoo there, you should actually just be looking to try and fall back in towards Coffins, because then you're taking all the attention away from Yami, who's making his way up Banana. You want to try and buy time for him. You want to create that space for him to creep his way forward and get at least a kill for free before he compromises his position. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just rough. Nothing really going the way of the Huns right now. 8-0 down. Another gun round goes awry. Mzinho is just walking into players' crosshairs and taking their head up at this point.
That's it. That is it, 8-0, man. It's just so little you can say on a positive note towards the Huns. The gun rounds are being, for lack of a better term, pretty abysmal. Molotov on the corner. tsogoo saved by the smoke there. Senzu will just get out of dodge, and he has the support of Techno around the corner as well, so pistols can't overwhelm and maybe pick up a gun. They don't need to test B here, you know. They've already spotted bare minimum 2, but I think they probably should expect the third just because of the flash, the supporting util that came for the swing. Granted, score has rotated off. They smoked out of top car, they smoked out of A, so they're just going to slow things down considerably. I start those Senzu, my God. tsogoo, deleted. Oh, and Senzu makes it 2. A 2-for-1 special. Feeling hungry here as he devours both of them. And he wants more as well. Score going to come over support, but he's smoked out. He might swing through it, but I'd advise again. Senzu is waiting, spotting. This time not quite finding.
Yeah, unfortunately now there isn't even damage to speak of for the Huns. It's completely fallen apart for them. 9-0, the imminent scoreline. Obviously, TheMongolz leading the series 1-0 at the moment after winning on the Huns' map pick. 13-10 the result was there, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, no, you are right.
Of course, there is another game going on at the moment as well.
Yes.
Wings Up playing against Tai Lu. Wings Up surprisingly winning the first map in overtime there. Second map has just started. Overpass underway. Winner of that plays the winner of this. Losers up against each other as well.
So, right now it's become to be looking like it might be Huns in that lower bracket. But who will be joining them, I think, is that big question. This is one of the quickest, so far at the very least, maps of Counter-Strike that I've casted in a long, long time. 9-0. And I think it's probably more on top of that as well. It's not only that, obviously, it's been a flawless performance so far, but it's just the fact, you know, the way in which they're doing it. You know, we're looking at Mongols winning a lot of these rounds being kind of the first 30, 40 seconds. We're not even getting, you know, these slow, early and mid rounds that we saw on Nuke. The Mongols just such a lack of respect being shown because they know how good they are on this map. This is what we were saying. This is a side who are taking scouts to the top EU level and showing why. 9 missed shot, but Yami not so much. 9-10, however, will punish.
Yeah, man, really just trying to force the issue. They've got the opening kill there, though. That's a rare silver lining for them. But then they just lose a player straight afterwards, and it's back to even keel. As you said, the Mongols just showing their class on Inferno right now. 4v4. Double digits awaiting the Mongols, and if they win this, then it's 11-0 pretty much locked in.
Yeah, you're all right.
Is it game over already?
Honestly, it feels like it. I mean, if this is the disrespect they're showing on T side, on the CT side, you arguably get a little bit more free real estate to do exactly that across the site. So I think, yeah, I really do feel like it is going to got game over written all over. Unless there's just a miraculous recovery. But that'd be a story of the ages here. Tsogoo, Blitz, he's got the right idea as that smoke dissipates. Who's going to spot who first? Yami gets dinked. He's a lucky man to still be alive. So there's 9-10, however. Slips the net. Tsogoo going to find one. Blitz might double dip. The AWP spotting one. No way. Techno hit that on the jump. What is that for a shot from Techno? That is bonkers. Hits that on the jump. The bomb has crossed and now he falls back to the AWP. We missed that shot, but I think it's safe to say his job's absolutely done here. Full jumping shot. CZ pulled out as well. Pop flash in the corner's good.
Wow.
Tsogoo full blind up and the kill.
Okay, is there a way back in? That Molly's so frustrating. Really, they shouldn't be without a kit. I think, yeah, just looking for some exit kills is the most they could hope for, especially with Yami going down. But they're so desperate now. They want everything, and you can't blame them, right? You can't fault them. But once again, the Mongols will just cut them down. It's Bartek left remaining. He just wants to make sure that they at least go down with the bomb explosion.
He might not survive.
He's probably going to as well.
Oh, you know, he's okay.
This bomb explosion is punishing. He'll just make it back, yeah. Well, alright. Not much damage taken, but that's double digits. A lot of damage taken in terms of the scoreline, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's one of those things as well. I think when you are kind of Bartek in that situation, I think the risk isn't worth the reward. The Mongols have won 10 rounds in a row. They're not struggling for economy in any way. And a lot of these rounds as well, kind of bar that one, have been actually quite plain sailing in the sense that they've only lost, you know, 1 or 2 casualties. So I think sticking around there, if he had fallen, it would have been relatively dire. But for the Mongols, they don't really care. They've got so much money. 10-0. What a performance we're getting here. Just so quick. Blitz take a tag. Start off round number 11. I mean, when you're the Huns at this point, you can take any sort of silver lining right now. A more or less non-existent performance so far. This map. Double stack it. Playing up through the apartments. Will they pop flashes? Contact play. Contact. Zinho. Swing. No fine. Looking for more. Techno! My god! He cannot be stopped. Well, bar Yami. The double is good enough, though. 3v3. The smoke dropped by Yami to try and buy some time. Maybe even pull over the rotations, too. I think they've seen the bomb.
Yeah, there's still so much time left on the clock here as well, though, and you do have Blitz towards the bottom of Banana. If he decides to try and explore up there, you'll realize there's no contest. But wouldn't make sense. They've got full A-side control. Well, not full A-side control. Yami playing around the fringes of the smoke right now. Was he spotted is the question. Well, now his position's been made known. He knows where 2 of these 3 players are, but unfortunately can't do anything about it. His teammates, though, they certainly can. Senzu gets out of dodge, and this is where Blitz just has to employ his namesake here and get his ass up in towards the B side, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, it's nice. First time in a while we've seen this side actually really look pressured here, but the time is ticking. There's a clock on this a little bit, but thankfully Blitz can just deny all of these rotations. Score going to come through mid. Hang on a second. Score gets the bomb. Oh, I didn't expect Senzu. I mean, why would he expect Senzu to be over there in towards ramp with 20 seconds on the clock? Thankfully, he's not the end of the world. If Score had dropped the bomb there, that's the round. But it isn't. And it means the Mongols 11-0. What a performance this Inferno has been. There is only one side in the competition. There's a buy to come through, as you would expect from the Huns in the final round. It's not actually brilliant. A FAMAS, double M4 and a double MP9. So, not a dream investment. Mongols, good opportunity to actually go flawless in the half, which would be nuts. Early nades in towards Banana. Molotov to come through as well. 9-10. Playing around that smoke. Going to go above on towards barrels as well. This is good control. 3 players playing through top car here.
Well, they're just looking to try and deny the flawless half right now. That's all the Huns really have going for them to try and make happen, I suppose. Saving face, saving grace. Who's going to be the saving grace in this round is the big question. It's going to be a bulk burst. This is the perfect antidote to the defense that's being employed by the Huns right now. Eventually, 9 will look back in this direction, but he only has an MP9. How does he deny these players getting in towards the A-bomb side with just the SMG? All support from Bartek will certainly make a difference between the 2 of them. They're able to lock it down. Finally, the Huns have found a winning formula here on the defense.
Oh, actually, you know, I want to say a long time coming, but it arguably hasn't.
Yeah, true.
But thankfully, it's something to talk about on a positive note. Yeah, I mean, on the corner, we'll find Senzu. Bobbing and weaving there, leaving 9-10 all alone. I think it's safe to say an impossible situation here. 1v5. 35 seconds. There's one. Go on. Go on. No, not to be. At the turn of the half, 11-1. Mongols dominant. Can they continue? We'll see after the break.
Alright, welcome back. Second half should be a brief one considering the complete and utter domination coming through from the Mongols in the first half. They just cleaned the Huns up on their T side. 11-1 the result there for them. Job done in the first half, at least that's what most people would say. Surely no way back into this one for the Huns, but a pistol round win would feel good for them.
I mean, it would help the confidence considerably. Oh, Techno. Such a cheeky angle on the corner here. Does he get cleared? I mean, they have Yuta on both sides. But I think Senzu's basically the kind of the bait and switch. Oh, the flash not good enough. And 9's it. Senzu will fall. Maybe the Huns are alive.
Well, I mean, at least in terms of the pistol round, right? But there's still a long way to go here before we start to get excited. But they will delay what feels like it is inevitable. And you know what? Maybe they can just polish up this performance a little bit here, make it look a bit better than it would have otherwise.
Mazzinho, he keeps his pretty decent form, but it's only a consolation kill. The Huns up to a, I want to say, long-awaited second. I think they were hoping they could have got that in the first half. Wasn't the case, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. I think at the moment now, when you're the Huns, you cannot look at the situation long-term. You can't think about even long-term in terms of the map, never mind the series. You've got to go one round at a time. And, thankfully, the first round is theirs. They take it. Bomb plant. Kills go in their favor. Means a buy to speak of.
Yeah.
On AK. It's okay. But I think, yeah, you can't look long-term. You can't think, all right, recovery's on, comeback's on. That's where your kind of mental state might work against you.
I certainly agree with you there, man. I really do. I think it's something you just got to go round by round. It's like climbing Kilimanjaro. You're not going to look at the massive job ahead of you that needs to be done. You're just scaling the mountain step by step, basically. And that's what they have to do right now. And this is a bit of a step to be scaled here because there's a stack over towards the side of the map. The bomb's following through. It's toothless, though. Now, it's just USPs. There's a flash that's going to come through here as well. Players push through off the back of the flash, but only a single casualty, and that's going to be A-OK for the Huns.
Yeah, consolation kill. Nothing more, nothing less. That'll be that. Bomb goes down. And, well, we're chilling. It's going to be a long end, 40 seconds here. Blitz, I don't think will be spotted. I also don't really think you need to hunt here if you're the Huns. I mean, just make sure maybe, as you can see with Bartek here, that no flank comes through, but Blitz, no armor, no upgrade of a gun. It's a full eco of a round here for the Mongols. They're making sure they have all the money to work with in towards the next. I guess it's just a slow, tepid end. He might be able to get, potentially, a consolation here if the X out through ramp. But they're actually all going out through CT bar Bartek. He might get the drop here, though. Bartek seems... no, he seems aware.
He's going to see him, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he's there we go. Unlucky Blitz.
Nice idea.
Well, 11-3. Yeah, gun round coming through. I mean, look at the Mongols, right? They were in a position on the CT side where they lost the pistol round, and they still didn't even go for the force buy in the second round on their CT side, even though they were leading 11-2 in that round. So that must make you happy, Neo.
Oh, it does.
I know you're happy to see that.
I'm a happy man. This is exactly what I wanted. Just play it smart. I think when you're the Mongols as well, granted, you can make the argument in saying, like, they've got so many rounds in arrears that they can take gambles, but do they need to? No. Yuto misses. You hate to see it, but all things considered. And the end well. Molotov on the corner. Oh my god. Just getting carpet bomb there. Just everything dropping while they ain't seeing anything. Blitz, though, will be finding the first. So you can do all the nade damage you want, but you're not finding the kills. Who cares?
Yeah, he was still able to maintain his position. I think their push comes through a second late there because they end up pushing after the mollies have ended, and that means he's able to retake his position behind the sandbags and catch Bartek off guard. Sure, a lot of chip damage done onto the Mongols, but they're the ones who get the first kill.
Ooh.
Oh, Yami. This guy's just brilliant, man. First bullet accuracy on point. Great kill coming through from him. Mzinho, he's now tasked with the massive job. There's support coming through for him, but he's had to take control in middle. I actually really like the way Mzinho is playing this. He's got tsogoo coming through from the stairs. Finds that frag. Can he get out of dodge here? Surely not, right?
Surely not. I mean, Techno with him falling is going to level the playing field a little bit.
No ways.
Does 9-10 even expect 9 here? I really don't know. Yami selling a ruse over towards A. I don't think... they've got to go back towards B, surely. Yes, as a car player, but you'd hope that 9 actually found a node. Actually going to be tested first. 9-10, going to find one. Rap going to come through. Yami, if he doesn't find this kill, there could be a lot of trouble. 9-10, got to try and stay alive. He's got a dink as well. And now he's brought time for the rotation. 9-10 at the steps. What a hold towards car. 9-10, that is a masterclass now to isolate fights. All three in a 1v3 from 2 different angles. What a beautiful way to find map and series point. 12-3. That is just beautiful there from 9-10. He's played that to perfection.
My question is, did he know that there was a player behind him on the B bomb site?
I doubt it. I think he probably only heard the steps once he had kind of killed one and was fighting the second. I think then that's when you kind of see 9 running to kind of help, and he makes the steps, and that's when he doubles, turns around. But it's just so well played.
Can't believe it. Yeah, he plays that situation phenomenally well. Score just barrels his way straight up Banana. That could have been a bit of a frustration push coming through from him. tsogoo has a Glock. tsogoo's got a Glock.
Yeah.
No one wants just a Glock.
Can't even afford a P250. You really hate to see it. Times are tough here for the Huns, financially and physically.
My goodness, Bartek at least finds the frag back. I can't believe 9-10's efforts in that previous round, man. The perfect angle held, the way that you say, he pings contact back and forth, taking the fights, isolating the fights to perfection. Even Mzinho, we got to sing his praises as well, the way he played in towards middle earlier on in that round. Either way, big job to be done here. Again, say his name 3 times in the mirror and he appears behind you.
So impressive. 16 years of age as well. For those who aren't too familiar with his game, get to know, man. He is incredible. Old-fashioned the corner is really good. The Tech is in a lot of trouble here. Oh, if he held Miles 1, he actually could have done some significant damage. He doesn't. And neither does Blitz. 2v3 in the retake, and time is not on the side of the CTs. Now they've got a tough one to try and get back in towards the site.
Yeah, the player who started with just a Glock in the round is able to find 2 kills, but the job's not done just yet either. Inferno is still alive! He is kicking, but eventually Bartak gets the better of his brother, puts the 16-year-old to the sword. 9-10 left remaining, looking to phase through the smoke. Oh, he's been spotted. He still commits, though. And tsogoo will cut him down, so that means the Huns live to fight for another day.
Yeah, momentarily, you know, to a degree, but it will mean as well that money's not exactly great over on that CT side, so bit of an eco to come through. The Huns are probably going to get a relatively comfortable 5th on the board. So at the very least, they're chipping away at the deficit, making this a little bit, I guess, less of an embarrassing result, I guess you could call it. But either way, still a really long road to recovery.
Yeah, massively long road. In fact, most would say impossible, right? You need to win 8 rounds in a row T-side Inferno against a team of the Mongol stature. No chance. I mean, with Mzinho and 9-10 playing the way they are, they should be able to trip across the finish line from here, in all honesty.
In the corner, looking for a fight here, which they'll get. Shoot time. There's Blitz and Techno. Flank. Nice idea by Mzinho. Just get a bit of damage, but yeah, this round is not amounting to anything. Flawless for the Huns. Expected, honestly, against a nothing buy. And the Mongols, speaking of, will get a buy, but not as much Techno. He did maybe slightly over-invest in the round prior, so only has a FAMAS. Yeah, she sells the flash there to get into the FAMAS. That's okay. Firepower-wise, not the end of the world. And of course, 9-10 of the AWP, I think, is probably one of the more important things here. Something that the Huns don't have as well on their side. So in kind of the battle of range, advantage is in his court.
Yeah. See how he's going to be able to put that big green, or I guess in this case, the big orange and white gun to use here for 9-10. In towards Banana with that sniper rifle. Testing though, or just playing from the top and controlling the half wall. Man, one misstep. That's all it's going to take for the Huns to fall to the wayside here in the series, down 1-0 already. Keep in mind there is the game between Tyloo and Wings Up going on at the moment. Wings Up leading that 1-0, and it's currently 5-6 in the last round of the first half, second map. So I mean, Wings Up still keeping themselves in it, showing that first map wasn't a fluke result.
For now, as we find ourselves just in towards that minute mark, the Huns decisions seem a little bit weird for them. It looks like they want to group up in the direction of A. 3 players here to meet them, though, which is kind of concerning. Yeah. There's not a lot of util for the Mongols, so if they lose the site, retake is going to be pretty difficult.
Yeah, they're playing passively as well over on the safe side of the map right now, so it means that the Huns are going to have to commit the entire way in before they get the fight. However, Mongols got cold feet. They rotated Blitz away. He was the one who was carrying so much utility as well. Now it's Senzu and Mzinho. These guys have been great so far, but Mzinho doesn't even get a single kill. Senzu's surely going to get overwhelmed, and that's exactly what happens. Double players dropping down from the balcony. Great work coming through from the Huns. Blasting the door wide open on that A-bomb site, asserting themselves. And that's going to be a 6th round on the board. Yeah,
early call for a save there. Like we said, limited util retakes are basically non-existent just because of it. If they maybe had a little bit more in the pockets, we're talking kind of the likes of you know, a few more flashes, maybe a smoke to work with. That would have given the chance to retake. But without it, there's just no way. No way in hell. The Molotov and the nade are not enough to try and facilitate. And of course, retake of an AWP is always basically not on the cards. So the Huns continue to stay alive, but you know, we've already kind of alluded to it. It has to be flawless all the way, and that's just to get to overtime. It's such a long road for the Huns. I mean, credit for them kind of mentally for not giving up, but it's definitely in these situations very easy to kind of just internally call it. They haven't.
Yeah.
Still got a thought process here that they can pull something off, but with map and series point looming above you, your back's against the wall, and such a stark mountain to climb to get back in towards this game. See what they can do.
It's tough to call at the stage of the game as the IGL as well, because as you're making the comeback on this T side and there's still so many rounds to be won, you don't know if you should stick to what's been working so far to keep that comeback going, or if you need to try and stay ahead of the curve and do something different, and then you do something different and it falls flat on its face and you're thinking should have done the same thing. So it's a high pressure situation. However, again, a lot of early util damage going both ways, but predominantly in towards the CT T side.
So, Techno tagged early, so it's 9. 9-10, of course. The AWP also tagged, but it doesn't really matter as much. Flashing towards Banana. The Huns aren't really going to take any control off the back of it. There still is a smoke just dissipated to that Banana position. Odd stack to A is pretty ballsy. I mean, they're going to send 9 poking and prodding up towards B, but he's alone. The bomb is going in the direction of A. It's going to be it's actually a 4v4 fight.
Wow. Yeah, they've really stacked up on the side of the map. They had 3 players towards A last round, and then they rotated 1 away. This time, it looks like they're committing, but there's still time for them to change their minds. And this is what I was talking about. Do you stick to what was working for you, or do you do something different on the T side? They're going to stick to the bulk burst. 9-10 finds the second. Very messy from him initially, but all the kills going the way of the CT side. Oh, it's a TK with the HE grenade. Blitz will finish off the job, and the Mongols clean up the Huns 2-0.
Man, that's such a rough way to end it as well. They actually had some space to speak of, I guess you could say, over towards that site, but then the team nade sees them off. You hate to see it. You really do hate to see it. But I think when it comes down to it, 11-1 first half, there was never a